In this tutorial, we will go over how to edit individual web pages. So let's create a new page. We'll call it page 3. And we'll go over some basic editing options. Press save. I'm going to get rid of the files and the comments under page settings. Allow comments, allow attachments, save. I unchecked those two. So here is our web page. To edit the background colors and images and designs and themes, all of that is actually done under manage site. We will do that in a different tutorial. But when you're on an individual web page, the only thing you can really edit is the area inside this part of the white box. It's called the content area. That's what it's called, the content area. So if you press the edit button, it allows you to edit one page at a time. So here, as you can see, is our content area. We can't edit the background theme. We can't edit the left-hand navigation bar with this option. This is just editing the content area. You know you're in editing mode if you see the save button. If I press save, it goes back to this page. So we're going to edit the content area. The first thing you can do is layout. We'll go over the insert options in a different tutorial because that's a ton of them. Layout is very simple. Right now it's on one column simple. The word simple means no header and no footer. So that's exactly what we have. We have one column simple, which means no header and no footer. So if I type info here and I press save, here's what it looks like. The name of the page and then the content. If I edit it again, show you the different ones, go to layout, go to two columns simple. Again, that means two columns, no header and no footer. Now it looks like this. If I edit it again, three columns simple, same thing. Now we have the same three options except with headers and footers. So one column, but it's not simple, which means it has a header and a footer. Okay. Two columns with header and footer. And lastly, three columns. The last options are left sidebar, right sidebar, and then something with a left and right sidebar. So left sidebar looks like this. It's smaller on the left and bigger on the right. Oops. Okay. And then, of course, right sidebar will look the opposite way. We're not going to do it. And left and right will look like this. Okay. The other things you can do are basic word processing type formats, the same stuff you see in Microsoft Word or Google Drive. So you can take any text, change the font, change the size of the font, I should have said, change the type of the font. You can make it bold, make it italic, underline it, change the color of the font, change the color of the background. You can add a link to it. When you click that button, you have a couple of choices to add a link. You can pick a sites page from your website. Right now, nothing is coming up because you would have to, let's see. You can do a web address to any website in the world or an app script. So for sites page, let's do page 3. Oh, it is on page 3. That's why that didn't work. Sorry about that. Page 2. Okay. And then you click page 2 and you press OK. And this is going to link, press the save button up here. This is going to link to page 2. See that? We go back to page 3 though. Let's edit it again. Let's get rid of the blue background, first of all. Okay, let's get rid of the link. Now we press the link button. You can do a web address, any web address. Now this button is very important. Open this link in a new window. That's important if you want people to stay on your website. So we're going to link this page to Google. Okay, and actually we're going to justify it in the center. This is left, right, and center. So again, very basic options. Okay, and now look, there's the header. Let's do the same thing to the footer. Make it in the center, make it much bigger, and make it bold. Okay, now we have the header and the footer. If you click the header, it linked it to Google. Now there are a couple of other things you can do. If you want to get rid of the link, you hover over it and go to change, and you can just erase it and press OK. Or hover over it and press remove. Okay. The other things you can do is create a numbered list. If you select all of this, that's just kind of like PowerPoint or like Google Slides. You can create a bulleted list. And these are just changing the indentation options on it. So let's create a numbered list. I'm sorry. Yes, a numbered list. And then 2 more things to show you. If you go back into edit mode, you select all of it. If you check this button, it's remove all formatting. It does exactly what it sounds like. It removes all formatting. And now lastly, HTML. This is a little more complicated. We can talk about it in a different tutorial. But if you want to insert HTML right onto your Google site to embed something, you absolutely can do that with this HTML button. You click the button, you paste the HTML here, you press update, and then you press save. So those are basic editing options for a particular site on Google Sites. You can insert tables as well. Okay, these formats are pretty much what we just went over on the menu. There's a couple of extra ones like strike-throughs and superscripts. And the insert button, this is where most of the really cool stuff is. We're going to do that in a different tutorial. One very last thing. After you press save, you can delete an entire page by clicking this button and just put delete page. So all of these from here to here are page actions. Deleting a page, moving a page, copying a page, printing a page. Subscribing to page settings is another great one. If you click this, that means every time someone changes this page, you will get emailed. And lastly, revision history is the same exact thing as it is on Google Docs. You can look at every single time an edit has been made, who made the edit, what they did. If you click into the version, you can see what they did, and you can revert to that version. It's identical to Google Docs and everything in Google Drive. If you need more information about that, watch my revision history tutorial on Google Docs. But you can revert to the version right here, compare the two.